Hey guys, this is TomLeo signing in, and welcome to another episode of This Is Our Common Discussion, episode 3.
Ooh.
I am really surprised as to how the last two podcasts went, despite the lack of green screen effect that couldn't work, and the audio was kind of garbled, but
iffy,
hey, But hey, we got microphones,
yes,
and we used these same microphones in our first episode of Movie Nerd Corner, which, when we're recording this right now, is the day that first episode has been uploaded. Anyways, introduce yourselves, guys.
Alright, well, I'm ZachPWNS, and as you can see, I have a haircut from the last Movie Nerd Corner we did. My hair was a lot longer, but, I decided to cut it all off, and now it's nice and smooth.
You had a big-ass afro.
Yes, I did.
You've been talking about, just going bald at one point.
It feels nice for summertime, but it would suck for the winter, though.
But, anyways, I'm Brendan. I'm from the movie. I was from Movie Nerd Corner. Nerd Corner, but I'm just kind of back here because these guys think I fit the job for the podcast.
Yes, he does.
I don't know.
You're a guest star for this.
Yeah, I'm like the guest star. So, and then yes, I did change my hair kind of because too lazy.
We all got our hair done.
We're all tired today because we had a rough day and all that stuff. So we just didn't know.
So I have a topic that was given to us, or actually that was suggested to us by a subscriber. XGTA Gaming.
Ooh.
He has suggested to talk about our favorite games. Our favorite. I'm assuming he means favorite video games.
Yeah, any system really.
Where to begin? Well,
I say let's take it back all the way to the N64.
Oh man, that was a classic.
Or unless.
Well, I never played much N64 or Super Nintendo stuff.
Really?
I had everything.
Well, I never owned a Super Nintendo or anything. I had an old friend named Trevor who had a Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
And whenever I went over to his house, we'd play the Donkey Kong 64 game.
I love Donkey Kong.
I love Donkey
Such a classic, man. Played it all day long.
Well, I mean, it's called Donkey Kong 64, not Donkey Kong Country. Don't confuse the two. This was like a different. It was kind of a different game altogether. It wasn't like. It was almost like a 3D adventure. Think like the characters of Donkey Kong. Like there were 5 main characters you could control all together. And it had the same kind of feel as Banjo-Kazooie, like the way you move around in it. And to this day, we have not beaten that game because it was so difficult and so long too. Like, Jesus Christ.
It's very stressful.
Honestly, I think we should talk about our very first game that we played and how our experience was when we first played it.
I've been playing games for years, and it's gonna be hard to answer that. I played so many games I can't.
Just think about from the beginning whenever you start playing. At least one of them, because I easily have two I can mention right now, but I don't know about you guys.
Well, here's the thing about me. I wasn't much of a console gamer or even a PC gamer.
Oh, okay.
As early as 2013, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just because I didn't have a lot of video games to play with, but every time I did, I'd outfinish them because I just beat them a lot more easily. But I think I will say this. I think the first official video game that I played, it was a PS2 game. I remember I used to own a PS2. Fun fact about me. I really like Nintendo games, but I did not start off with a Nintendo-based console.
Ooh.
I had a PlayStation 2.
That is fine too.
It's acceptable.
PlayStation 2 was a part of everyone's life.
Yes,
back
it was.
then, pretty much.
I think we can all remember the original Battlefront for PlayStation 2.
I think everyone knows that Battlefront was the top game for
yes,
everyone.
it was.
And plus GTA San Andreas.
Do you remember the first PlayStation Eye, the little camera that came with the PS2?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But moving on to your first game.
So the first video game I played was this Dance Revolution game. Like, my parents got me this dance mat. They bought it for me because they wanted me to get a little more exercise, and I did play it for a little bit. But it was one of those mats. It was one of those mats where it had like the directional buttons that you see in the arcades. You just step on them. And I never really played it that often. But I do remember playing the two games that I do remember playing on my PS2 that stick out to me the most was the first Lego Batman game and Spider-Man 3.
All the Lego games are fun, man.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man 3, yeah.
Which a lot better than the movie. I would say.
I think we can all agree.
Yeah, I think we could all agree with that.
And I remember, like, those were my two favorite PS2 games that I would always play, and I really like Spider-Man 3. The video game, because all the different fight combos, it was kind of hard to beat, and the final few bosses in the game against Sandman and Venom, they were difficult. I was struggling to try and beat him, but when I did beat him, it was like, I just had this rush of, I felt so
accomplished.
Yeah,
exactly.
Accomplished.
I felt so good in my skills that my phone went off. Sorry.
Text message.
I never overwrote the save for the part when you start battling the four villains. So I'd always go back to those fights and feel like, like I'm a badass.
Well, I think Mysterio was in that game also, right? Like the guy with the fishbowl, like Mysterio. Oh wait, I think was his name Mysterio?
Yes, yeah. I think you're thinking of Spider-Man 2 though.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man 2, yeah. Okay, never mind.
Well, actually, you know what? Believe it or not, I actually played the original Atari system. I played Pong too.
Really?
I played.
Whoa, was that your first game? Was that your first game?
Yes, Pong was actually my very first game I ever played.
Dude,
I played Pong.
You should be like 50 years old right now.
No, dude,
I'm older than that. Holy.
I went to this.
Good lord.
The store, and it was like vintage games and all that, and I played Pong. I was like, holy crap, it was so cool. And it was like, dude, lines back and forth, and it's a classic. I know.
How old are you?
I don't even remember. Probably like 7 or 8 years old. I was young. I was really young.
Good lord.
I know. I'm a classic gamer. I played the Atari, and I went to Nintendo 64, and I had a GameCube and PlayStation 1. I went all the way up.
But so Pong, you would say, what would be your like second game?
Second game? I got into like...
Think about your childhood.
Yeah, well, I played a lot of racing games. Like classic 2D racing games, you're dodging stuff and you're driving. It's just simple stuff like that. But I can't think of the name of it, but it's really good racing games I played.
If anyone knows that game, just kind of comment down below.
Yeah, it's a really old Atari game. But yeah, I'm that old. Well, not that old, but like that old of a gamer, I guess you could say. Oh man, so many good times in that.
For me, I don't know. Does it have to be a game that I finished?
It could be anything. Yeah, first two games are doesn't matter anymore.
I just whatever game you started playing in general.
For me, it was on the PC with Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. I don't know. I was a really big Star Wars fan growing up, and that's why I'm still a Star Wars fan from now. And then it just grew onto me and all that, and then it's just like, I don't know. It was my first game that I played. And then all the action sequences that were happening and lightsabers and all. And I didn't really get to the part where I was in space flying, but I did get to the awesome lightsaber battle that got to Darth Maul and all that. So then that really brought me into the gaming world pretty much, because that kind of just made me think that virtual reality is like the most entertaining thing ever, and it's just a story of its own. Yeah. And it's pretty much like it pretty much is a movie in our personal way, but it's a creative movie. It's like an expansive kind of way from a movie, and that's why Star Wars was my first game I ever played. And then after that, it followed up to Call of Duty, and the very first Call of Duty, it was called Call of Duty, and it was on PC, and it was the most badass game I ever played. Just saying.
Call of Duty was fun.
Until they started ruining it.
Until
I say Ghost and Advanced Warfare, then it started crashing.
No, I would say I think Black Ops 2 was like
Black Ops 2 is okay.
Okay, after MW3, I was like,
Yeah, okay, I agree with you on that.
So, a little thing about myself. I wasn't much of a gamer until 2013. And
Really?
Yeah, like I didn't have a lot of games growing up as a kid, and when I did play games, it would be just at some friend's house.
Oh, and then they would show you how to play like the games.
Yeah,
Oh.
but back then I remember playing games with David. Like we were old friends all the way back then, and I was even friends with his two brothers. And the four of us, when our powers combined. No, but we played. They had a Nintendo GameCube.
Oh man.
And two games that I remember playing with them that were the most fun were Shrek 2, the movie game.
Yeah.
Which we had so many fun memories with that. It's like just going and like the Puss in Boots challenge fight was our most favorite because you had to mash the right buttons at the right time, and I would always say what buttons we were always like, B, A, C, D, and it was so. We were young back then. Little things like that were fun. But Mario Kart, it was Mario Kart Double Dash, I think.
Mario Kart Double. Oh.
Yeah, Mario Kart Double Dash was the one we were playing, and it was, that was the game that brought my love for racing games because the high tension speed and the throwable abilities and items. I thought it was fun for its time, and having two people control one kart. Well, one person's driving, the other person's shooting, but you really have to communicate with your teammate in order to win. I like that.
Okay.
My cousin, my cousins. I have 3 cousins from my dad's side of the family. They had a Nintendo GameCube too, and the one that I remember playing with them was an old Tony Hawk game. I don't remember what it was called, but there's this level where it's like in sort of like a steel mill, and there were all these cool little secrets and tricks you can do up everywhere, and it was always fun to just work that skateboard.
I never played Tony Hawk Underground, I think it was. The GameCube. Oh, that was fun. Oh man. There was this one area, it was like a little neighborhood, and I would just go up ramps and houses and stuff, and I would just jump over top of roofs. It was so much fun.
They're so advanced with Tony Hawk now. Like, remember back when they had like that board?
Oh yeah, dude, yeah.
Like you could buy for like how much was it? It was like $120. It was expensive, but it was just for like reality wise, and then you're just kind of virtually skating on there, and it was cool. But then at the time, I'm just thinking like, okay, yeah, that's. I guess they could come with that too. But I kind of want to go back on the racing games with whatever you said. My favorite racing game for me was Need for Speed Undisputed.
Oh my god, Need for Speed, yes.
On the PC, and that was when that one song by Lil Jon came on, Get Low. And then I remember that, and then I used to have that steering wheel. Like,
you had that?
Yeah, that attached to like the computer, and then I would have the pedals down there, and I would just be like going off, and then I was like, oh my god, and then like the steering wheel would vibrate every single time you hit a wall.
Real.
Yeah, I know, it was the best experience ever, and then that's why Need for Speed started my racing.
Well, they have that chair now, when you're moving, it actually moves with you. So
yeah, I know, but after that, Need for Speed kind of died down, and then
it did, yes.
And other games started coming out, and then more of the next gen and all that. So
right.
Yeah.
So continuing down my story of the gaming world, any game that I would play at my house, it was these Flash games. Like, really old Flash games, and I felt like there were some good Flash games. Like, there was a game called Super Smash Flash, which was a Super Smash Brothers Flash game, and I thought it brought my love for Smash until I played Super Smash Brothers Brawl with David, which got me furious and made me never want to play it again. But I have Super Smash Brothers Wii U, and I haven't played it in a while, but I remember how good I was at it, and And I really want to. Okay, let me just say right now, I really want to get back into my gaming videos, but I'm trying to work a system right now, and plus my computer, for whenever I want to play my computer games, my PC games, the computer keeps crashing on me, and I have no idea why. A buddy of mine have been looking at it from every possible angle, and it just seems to be crashing for no reason.
Like, what do you mean by it being crashing?
It used to just crash whenever I play a high quality game like Grand Theft Auto 5 or Portal 2 after 2 hours. Now it just seems to be crashing randomly. Like, I'll just be watching a YouTube video and it'll crash.
So, like, crashing mean like it would freeze, and then
the screen would freeze, and then it would reset my computer.
See, I have the same issue as you, and like for me, the computer would freeze and then it'd make like that sound.
Yeah,
so, that's yours.
That's mine.
Okay, so I think the reason being is because your graphics card, because pretty much your graphics card is being overheated, and then like since it's like I don't know do you know how old your graphics card is at all?
It should be. It should still be relatively new.
Yeah, he just recently bought it, so.
If this computer's like at least 2 months old, I think. If maybe a little longer.
It would either have to do with the graphics card or the CPU, I would have to say. So, I don't know, maybe look up on that.
Leave a comment below, guys.
Trust me. Like, just tell me if I'm wrong. But from my point of view, it was probably either the graphics card, the CPU, because it can't be like the RAM.
So anyway, for a while I did own a Nintendo DS, and I played a lot of fun games on there, like Mario Kart for the DS, which I dominated in that game. Like, I completed everything in that game, to like the mini challenges, to all the races. I didn't bother doing the time trials, but it still I still feel like it counted as completing.
Yeah.
You know, I felt accomplished. And it was also around that time I started getting into Pokemon. My first Pokemon game was Pokemon Diamond. It was the 4th generation Pokemon game, and I loved it so much. I have so many fun memories of that. I have more memories in Pokemon Platinum when it came out.
Yeah.
I just like the Pokemon series. Well, just like the video games, because the battles are cool, and it's sort of like a strategy kind of game a little bit, where you have to think like what moves would work well with which Pokemon, and what kind of Pokemon, what stats should be changed. Like, you really have to think about it if you want to win a good Pokemon game.
Mm-hmm.
And in the beginning, I didn't really like Pokemon, but ever since I watched the anime for Generation 4, I was kind of hooked, and I've loved playing the Pokemon game. I stopped playing Pokemon for a while when Generation 5 came out, because it just, I don't know, I had the white version as a Christmas gift. I played up to the point where Team Plasma was trying to get this Munna, I think it was some kind of Dream Creator Pokemon. I don't know what it was, but this wasn't even like halfway through the game. If anything, this was just a mere fraction of the beginning of the game, and I just never played it after that. It's still sitting in my closet, untouched, unplayed, and never been completed. I don't know why. It's like, I like Pokemon. I just don't like the newer. I just don't like any other generation other than 4. Generation 6 was a pretty close one. It's probably a second favorite of mine. I like X and Y. Like, the graphics had improved, the animations are awesome. I don't have it myself, but I know what happens in the game, so I think it counts. So when I decided I really wanted to make gaming vids for my YouTube channel, I knew I had to I wanted some kind of console, and my dad gave me a Wii U for my 18th birthday. And he got me the deluxe pack, which came with Nintendo Land.
Oh.
That was a fun game. I remember when you and I were playing it along with Tyler.
Yeah. That game was fun. Oh.
Maniacal laugh.
I think it was either me or him. We were trying to run away from him, but Tyler, he was smart. He knew which way to go. Like, kept following this direction.
He kept using the map like a little cheater. It wasn't cheating, it was just cheat.
Because basically the one that's chasing you, he had the touchpad, right? And we were playing on the TV screen, basically, and you could see everything and trying to follow you.
You can see it all. But yeah, once I finished playing Nintendo Land, I was like, well, what am I going to do now? And this was before I had a paying job, so money was very limited to me. And when I went to the store to pick out a new game, I originally wanted to get New Super Mario Bros. U, but it was way out of my price range. But what wasn't was its DLC version, New Super Luigi U, which was in my price range, and I thought, you know what? Why not? It can't be that bad. Worst idea ever. It is the most frustrating I had ever played. Because you only get 100 seconds to complete each stage. And I could go on and on about how difficult it is, but I think that's a topic for another day. But basically, once I finally did have a working job and a system to manage my money, I was able to start buying more games, more Wii U games. I finally got Assassin's Creed 4. I remember playing it for the first time, which is viewable on this channel. I remember playing it and getting killed repeatedly.
I like Assassin's Creed. It's fun.
Yeah. The Assassin's Creed is another one of my favorite video game franchises.
Number 2 and Brotherhood is my favorite ones. And number 3.
Oh my god, you know where it's at. You know where it's at.
What about you?
Well, I'm kind of biased because it's the first Assassin's Creed game I ever played, but I like number 4, Black Flag.
Black Flag? Did you ever play the Assassins, or like all of them? Or?
Oh man, I pretty much surpassed them. Honestly, number 1, number 2 was like by far Ezio Auditore was my character, and then after that Brotherhood. Oh my god, Brotherhood! The way like they brought back Altair.
Oh, dude, that was crazy.
And then you could play as Altair again. And you're just like kind of remembering the sequences from Assassin's Creed and all that, and that is why Brotherhood and 2 and Assassin's Creed 3 because of Connor, and that's when you got like the tomahawk.
Yes,
the tomahawk, and then the way it was based off the Civil War and George Washington, and I'm just thinking like, oh, there's no way that could be beat. And then I look at this new Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and I'm just kind of a little iffy on it right now.
Yeah. So there's new Assassin's Creed games. I originally wanted to get Assassin's Creed
Unity,
yeah. But it was getting a lot of negative reviews.
Yeah, because of all the bugs and everything, and everyone's complaining about.
And I really wanted to I want to get a new Assassin's Creed version, just for the multiplayer, because the multiplayer was it was fun. I enjoyed the multiplayer in almost every Assassin's Creed game. Well, I only played one Assassin's Creed game, but I've seen other versions of in like Brotherhood and then the third one.
Mm-hmm. I gotta say, AC2. I like how you get to meet Leonardo da Vinci and you test his inventions out. Like that was awesome. Like how his flying machine where you're pedaling and you go off the roof. It's awesome. I love that game.
Spoilers alert to whoever played Assassin's Creed 2, but just like, well, I think
it's been out for a while though.
I think everyone played it by now. Yeah. It's safe to say, or they watched it on YouTube, or they probably ended up.
Yeah, that's what I did.
AC3 though, the combat moves, the tomahawk you can do when someone's trying to block you and stuff, you can go behind them. And, like it was bloody that game.
I loved how like every single time you kind of like did a flip and then you jam their tomahawk in their forehead and then you just kick them away.
Especially how you can jump for the trees too. Like you're just parkouring for the trees.
That was my favorite part. Like you could go up on the trees, you parkour through the trees into the buildings and then onto a tree again. And that was the best part of that game.
So I mostly just played Wii U games for most of my of my gaming experience, you know, newer games kept coming out for the Wii U, like Mario Kart 8, which I still go back to play because it's so much fun. Outside of the times, the item slot actually gives me good items and not useless coins when I'm in first place, and doesn't give me any item other than mushrooms when I'm all the way in the back. Hate it. But yeah, new games kept coming out, and I think my two favorite games on the Wii U that I wouldn't mind playing for the rest of my life is Mario Kart 8 and Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U, because they're both a lot of fun.